Hey gang, welcome back. I hope everybody's having a good day. It's a sunny, beautiful day here. It's even got a little cooler. It's still hot enough you'll sweat if you're doing some work in here, but it's a lot cooler than it has been, and I thank God for it. I had done left and carried my son home, and I was on my way back to the house, and I read a comment on one of my videos, and it was from the Rustic Caveman. That's Chris. He's got a channel. If y'all hadn't seen him, check him out. That's the Rustic Caveman. And he had asked me in that comment if I could do a walkthrough of the house before the sheetrock. And I'm glad I read his comment, because they're supposed to be coming within the next day or so and doing this sheetrock. And it had completely slipped my mind. So I'm going to bring y'all in here now, show you a few things that we've done. And we've got the inspection passed. I'm going to show you the little sticker. I don't know if I've said much about it in any of the videos or not, but we've been waiting for this little sticker to where we could carry on with our job. So come on, let's go in here and check this out. This is what we've been doing today. We're working on the ceiling in the garage. The reason that we had to quit, the power went off. And I thought it was just our power out here. I went out here and went to messing with the breakers and pushing the little button, because you have to have one of them little GFI plug-ins on the temp pole, but it wasn't our power. The lady across the road over here, she came out on the porch and her power was off also, so we had to shut down for today. But this ceiling, these cracks right here, we will have strips over them. The reason them cracks is there was to make our 4-foot pieces come out the same on each side. If we hadn't have done that, we'd have had a little bitty, about a 2 or 3 inch strip on one side, and we didn't want to do that. So that's the reason those are there. It'll look different when we get done with it. But right over here, this little blue sticker. I'm so excited about this little blue sticker. Right here. That little blue sticker. That's been holding us up for a few days now. And I found out part of the reason why. We've got one inspector that I know of that it goes around and inspects the wiring on houses. And I don't know how many he used to inspect, but he's been swamped lately. Over 80 inspections a day on that one man. I feel sorry for him. I don't know where all these people are coming from. I'm figuring most of those are new house inspections. That's usually what you're waiting on. Now, there is a few occasions that you have to have the wiring inspected otherwise, but that's mostly new houses. But our electrician, he is worth waiting on. I want y'all to look at some of the good work he does. I mean, his work is all neat looking. Everything is pulled and tacked in the center of the studs. And if you know much about that, the reason you want them pulled and tacked in the center is like if they miss with a sheetrock nail or something, it don't hit them wires and cause trouble. He also does the plumbing, and he does a great job on the plumbing. Look at this plumbing here, how neat it is. Let me step in here where you can see it a little better. This is where a toilet. No, I'm sorry. This is where the vanity is going to go. And right here is the toilet. Then, of course, we've got a tub shower. Now, I've got that foam laid in there. We've had them in the past, the sheetrockers, to step over inside the tubs. And we even had them to bust one tub once, so since then, I try to lay foam inside of it to kind of, when they step in there, to get a little bit of support to them. Here's his plumbing in here. I think that's PEX is what that's called. That's not PVC. Let's go on through the house. I got one more thing to show you in case you're doing this yourself. Now, this is it's not a really big deal, but it could be a big deal. And if you're new to construction, it's something that a lot of people will overlook. And there's probably going to be a lot of you say that I'm wrong for what I'm going to tell you. But me and the sheetrockers both agree that it's the best way to do this. You see this insulation? It's got a lip right here on it. This little piece of paper. That's designed to lap on that stud, or at least that's the way a lot of people does it. They'll staple it right here. And then this other piece, it laps over like that, and they'll staple it. And that works real good. But we have our sheetrock glued. And I would recommend gluing any sheetrock that you're going to do. That's just my opinion and the opinion of a few sheetrockers that has done it for years. Gluing it turns out a lot better job in the short run and in the long run also. That glue, you won't have as many of the nail. If you've had a sheetrock house before, you probably know what I'm talking about. You'll see some round spots about that big. They'll either bulge out or they'll sink in. And sometimes the nail will even come plumb through there. Well, if you glue that sheetrock, it's not near as common for that to take place. Well, if you put your sheetrock glue on top of that paper, that's all it's glued to is that paper. So we push ours in like this. That way the glue is right on that wooden stud. There's nothing in between it. That's just a little tip from me and the sheetrocker this morning when he came and looked at it. It's a somewhat new guy. We've used him once in the past, but it's been a while. But he was saying, he said, I really like the way y'all have done that insulation. He said, it's a lot better than it being lapped over. And that's one of the reasons why we do that. It's just a lot better. That, and there's a couple more little things. You don't want anything to get between your sheetrock and that stud. It can cause waves in your sheetrock and it end up looking bad. So that's the second reason why we always push it on in. It all looks real good. You see how he's got this drilled in the center of the stud? That comes from several years of knowledge. He's had to go back in the past and chase down wires that sheetrock nails has been drove into. And this happened to us in the past, years ago. But since he's started doing this, we don't have near as much trouble with it. Now here's the vaulted ceiling. We came 4 feet off of this front wall flat, and then the ceiling starts turning up. And it goes up here. We got a 4-foot flat spot up here. And then of course it comes back down, and then 4 foot over to this wall. There's one more thing over here that I didn't have done the last time that I showed the house. I'll show you what it is now. And it's made a difference. Let me carry you around this other way and let you see what it looks like from the other side. Actually, there's 2 things. So coming in from the garage, you turn right into the kitchen. The first thing I've done is we've cut a pass-through out right here. That's opened the kitchen up. The kitchen was kind of looking small. By the time we get the cabinets in here and the refrigerator, it's not going to be just tiny, but it's going to be a good workspace. I think it'll have a good workflow. The kitchen sink's going to be right here in front of the pass-through. The dishwasher's going to be right here. And then the cook stove is going to be right here. And then you'll turn 90 degrees and the refrigerator will be right here. So this open spot that we've made right here has let more light through, and it makes this feel bigger, which, like I said, it's big enough to do what you need to do in the kitchen. It's got this extra space over here for the dining room. So all you should be doing in here would be cooking and preparing, and then you've got a big space out here for the dining room table. And the second thing we done away with the coat closet. Before, this door was on the other side for the living room. and we took it out and put it on this side. This is going to be a pantry here now for the kitchen. So that's going to help a lot with the cabinet space, because there won't be a whole lot of cabinets in here. There'll be enough, but that will help a lot with the cabinet space. I figure the utility room will be their main entrance, and they can put their coats in the utility room. What do y'all think? I would lots rather have the pantry than I had a coat closet in here in the living room myself. But this is where we're at. We've got the insulation in. We're just waiting for the sheetrocker, and the central heat and air guy, he's supposed to get here the day before the sheetrockers to get his stuff roughed in. So maybe he will. They got can lights. This is the master bedroom that we're in, and got, let's see, 4 can lights in here, and then a place for a ceiling fan. And then this is the master's bathroom. Same kind of tub with a shower. Now I'm excited about the bonus room. I wished I had this bonus room at our house. Wouldn't y'all like to have a room this size for a bonus room? Some of y'all probably got one. I'd have a deep freeze in here. I'd probably have me a stool fixed up there to sit and put my muddy shoes on. So this is the house before the sheetrock. Next time you see it, it'll be sheetrocked in here. And that's when a lot of our work will start. It's been hit and miss here for the last week or so, waiting and stuff. We couldn't really do much, but once they get this sheetrock done, I think we're going to try to paint it ourselves. And then, of course, we'll be laying all the floors, all the trim. A lot of work. I better be getting a lot of rest. And then I'll be building the cabinets. I'll build them at home in the shop. And I'll probably try to make a little bit of video of that. I'll spray lacquer paint on the cabinets. Probably white. And we'll probably have granite tops. It's about what we usually do on the kitchen, and most time in the bathrooms too, we do granite tops. But anyway, this is where we're at. I hope everybody's doing what they can to prepare for the things we've got coming. And I hope it's all good things. But no matter what it is, we need to be prepared for it. Food, water, and protection. I thank you for watching. I pray God blesses you, and I'll see you in the next one.